All right, welcome.
Hey.
I think we're about a minute early, a few seconds early.
Wow,
but,
is that all?
Yep.
Oh, golly gosh.
Hey, I made us a name tag here.
Oh, nice. Look at us all official.
So,
So,
welcome to Virtual Open Mic Live, which is a special one. This is our sixth one, and this one is dedicated to Switchpoint's event, their fundraiser, their first one. We've been doing all day. We got to bed early in the morning and woke up early in the morning, and Carol's gone, and so I get to be co-host with my sweetie here as producer too. So if you don't see me looking at you, if I'm down here, it's because I'm trying to keep track of everyone.
hold on.
Just
hold
turn
on.
your sound down. Just
Where do,
here and there, just on the side. Just take.
oh, down there. Okay.
Yeah,
There
you
we go. So yes, as Steve said, we've been doing our live virtual event. We did one this morning from 8 to 11, and with a bunch of incredible musicians for that lineup as well. And then we went again at noon, and gosh, I'm tired, and I gotta tell you that what we're doing is really important. We've had to cancel our big event like many nonprofits, and we couldn't just let it go. Sorry, we're in scary times. This pandemic has thrown us all for a loop, and as you can imagine, I just can't quit thinking about all the people out there that are suffering, that are maybe going hungry, the long lines, and that are homeless or facing homelessness. And so it's really important. This is an extension of the fundraiser. I came down the stairs and, just a normal little top, and Steve's all decked out. He said, it's the after show. I'm like, oh man, he's really stepping into the role. So I appreciate that one. Oh, I better go change.
Well, it seemed what looked like his producer earlier today. We learned some hard lessons about music and Facebook. We had a song that Facebook didn't like, and at our 8 o'clock event, they ended up
shutting
it off for a bit. It's worked back out, but yeah, well, fun. So if you're doing karaoke type stuff, you might want to not sound too much like the original artist.
Yeah, definitely make it your own. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you, Steve, for working for months to learn this platform and get us going. So we have an incredible lineup for you tonight, and I want to thank all the musicians for the whole day that have participated and are advocating for us, sharing it on your pages to your fans, and inviting them to help us through this really this crisis. I mean, we're going to call it like it is. If we don't raise some funds, what we would normally have raised at that event breakfast, which was supposed to be today, was upwards, usually more than $500,000. And so that's a huge loss to us. That's our operating budget. And so if we can't get some funds coming in, I don't want to think about it because it's too scary. But earlier today we had our mayor, Jon Pike, who, Swichpoint could not exist and would not exist if it weren't for the support of our city. A lot of cities don't have that support, and Mayor Pike has always been our champion, our advocate, and it's an honor to bring him back tonight to start the show. So, Mayor Jon Pike.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jon Pike. I'm the mayor of the city of St. George, and it's a pleasure to be with you today from my home for this virtual fundraiser for Swichpoint. We're so fortunate to have a Swichpoint in our community. They are uniquely able to bring together the resources of our entire community to help people who need it the most to make permanent change and to make sure that no one will walk alone. When you walk through the storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on, with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on, with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone.
Wow. If that doesn't get you, I don't know what will. But we are super fortunate at Switchpoint that we don't walk alone. We have our city support and we have our community support. And for that, I'm very, very grateful. And I'm excited to welcome our first artist tonight,
Yes.
live. I got to tell you a little story about Marji. When I was in the throes of chemo and really, really struggling with chemo brain, depression, emotion, all kinds of things. I went to a party, and Steve's a real social person, a real party person, and it was at Christmas time, Christmas time. And I said, honey, I don't know. And he said, let's just go for quickly, and let's just thank people for all the support through the illness and everything they've done for us. And I said, all right, but I'm not going to last long. I just little hugs, and then we got to be out the door. And so Marji sat down at the piano and started playing, and I was fortunate enough. I got to sit down with her and started singing, and it was 4 hours, 3 hours
I had
later.
to pull you out of there after
he's like-
midnight.
And I honestly, it was the first time I'd kind of been out of the house, and Marji kind of saved my life that night, kind of brought me back to life. So I have that special fondness for her, and her voice and her music, she's going to heal your heart tonight too and lift you. So with that.
Marji, can you hear us okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hopefully you heard that.
I did, and thank you so much. You've done more for me than you even know. Thank you.
Well, without any further ado, I know you can introduce the guys you got there with you. How fun. I'm excited that we've been trying to do this for a while to get the setup so Marji could do it. And thanks, Theryl, for jumping in. And
Shout out to Theryl.
yeah, making this happen. But what a treat to have you. There you are in there tonight. So I'm just going to give it over to you and let you do your magic. Love you.
Thank you. Love you. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is a really great honor to be asked to help out. So here we go. We're going to share a piece of our hearts with you. I've traveled so long and far in seeking my hope for a star. I am so glad to be home now, no more to roam now. How could I ever go? My journey took me away, not dreaming I'd have to stay. I am so glad to be home now, no more to roam now. How could I the big blue sky above me. I miss the red dirt mountain sentry standing guard. But most of all, I miss the people here who love me. My heart always yearns for home. I miss the rancho and the big blue sky above me. I miss the red dirt mountain sentry standing guard. But most of all, I miss the people here who love me. My heart always yearns for home. Thank you. All right. That song was written by my mom, so I'm really proud of it. And it was written about the area where we're at in southern Utah. So this is a beautiful area, beautiful song to sing about the area. And it's amazing that it was talking about home. That's what Switchpoint does for us. It gives us somewhere to be and a community of support. So I'm really grateful to be doing this. I know that Switchpoint reaches out to people who are in need and in all ways. So I want to play this next song that we wrote. It's kind of an awareness of some of the things that we deal with that bring about suicidal thoughts and the question in our hearts that we have when we're going through something tough. So here we go. Here inside my head, I hear their words. The voices in the darkness always hurt. I try to shut them out, but what's the use? Maybe they are telling me the truth. Is somebody out there for me? Is somebody out there who can see? Please say there's a light high clothes that I wear. I wonder if the scene is really there. I'm holding on to dreams that seem so far. I'm questioning myself of where they are. Is somebody out there for me? Is somebody out there who can see? Please say there's a lighthouse in this crazy storm I'm in. Is somebody out there? Is somebody out there? Sometimes I feel that I can make it through the night. And holding on, I know I've gotta stay and fight with these shattered pieces. Oh, I'm fighting demons. Yeah, is somebody out there? Is somebody out there? Is somebody out there? Please say there's a lighthouse in this crazy storm I'm in. Is somebody out there? Is somebody out there? Is somebody out there for me? Is somebody out there? Is somebody out there for me? Is somebody out there? And I feel like that Switchpoint is out there for everybody who's in need. Again, thank you, Switchpoint. All right, we're going to play another song that we wrote together. Let's see. This one, it's a little bit more upbeat. Here we go. Yeah, let's do it. Outer Space. We're going to do a little bit of an instrument change here.
Margie,
Everybody
why
here
don't you
is like,
tell us
sorry.
who these guys are that are standing there and
I
playing
sure
so
will.
well with you?
all right, I apologize. I didn't introduce my son who was playing the guitar for the first song there. His name is Jay Wood. Yeah, shout out to Jay Wood. And this over here is Jimmy Morgan. These guys, we've been in a band together called 1111 for a little over a year. So we've written a lot of songs together, had a lot of fun doing a lot of different gigs. It's been really great. So I'm really glad to share our music with you guys tonight. And by the way, in order for Switchpoint to be able to do what they're doing, they do rely on donations. And it would be really great if all of you who are watching, if you're enjoying this at all, we would love it if you would donate to Switchpoint right now. Every dollar helps, so it'd be great. We would really appreciate it. Let's do Outer Space. There's a someone in mind. He makes me want to leave the world behind and build a rocket ship and fly to outer space. When I'm lonely, sad and blue, and all I can do is think of you, look up at the stars, and I can see your face. Just thinking of you takes me to a special place. Up in the sky, floating off of the ground, the whole galaxy is brighter when you are around. Just like the stars, the moon and the sun, there you go, shining light like a new day begun. It feels like I'm dancing in outer space. When the world is weighing me down, I feel I'm sinking, like I'm gonna drown. You keep me safe, and all my sadness erase. In the darkness, it feels like I'm lost, but you're a spark of hope. Our love is star-crossed, I'm not afraid. Up here in outer space, up in the sky, floating off of the ground, the whole galaxy is brighter when you are around. Just like the stars, the moon and the sun, there you go, shining light like a new day begun. It feels like I'm dancing in outer space. Up in the sky, off of the ground. La 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 la, da 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 da. It feels like I'm dancing in outer space. There's a someone in mind. He makes me want to leave the world behind and build a rocket ship and fly to outer space. Thanks. All right, and now we're going to play another song that we wrote, of course. So this one is a song I want to dedicate to all of the people who are watching, and I'd like to also, of course, dedicate all of this performance to Switchpoint. And again, if you're enjoying this broadcast right now, please donate. It would mean the world to so many people, and every dollar counts. So I know that all of us, in one way or another, whether it's been in need of a home, if we're in need of food, whether we're in need of a friend, we've all been there before, where we got to be on the receiving end, and right now we have the opportunity to be on the giving end. So please donate, and please enjoy this last song from my heart to yours. This may sound foolish, maybe it is. I'm gonna say it. It It is what it is. Though I'm not a fan of not sounding smart, I'm gonna say this. It comes from my heart. Let me tell you in this simple song, while I'm playing simple chords. Although you know what I'm about to say, I love you. Now that I've told you, I want you to know I feel so lucky I have you to hold now and forever. This is my song. I'm gonna sing it my whole life long. So let me tell you in this simple song, while I'm playing simple chords. Now you know what I'm about to say. I love you. Let me tell you in this simple song, while I'm playing simple chords, baby. Although you know what I'm about to say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you.
Whoa.
Wow. And we love you, Margie.
Love you. Thank you for having me
Anytime.
on.
Oh,
Seriously, it means the world to us to have your support. And honestly, you know, I'm sure that all of the internet land, their hearts are feeling much better after that set, just like mine did a few years
thank
ago.
you.
So,
Well, our
thank
hearts
you
are
so
feeling better
much.
too.
Oh, good.
oh, I'm so glad to have you, and look forward to more and more of you around town. And my gosh, your originals and album in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
future, yeah,
Definitely.
all that's
looking
coming.
forward.
So,
Very
Love
awesome.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for your
All right.
support,
See
and
ya.
thank you
Bye.
to all those who are viewing. Good night, everybody.
follow
night.
Marji. See ya. Bye bye.
Wow. So next up, I want to share a little vignette that's a little compilation that you're going to see some of our clients from Switchpoint and enjoy. And we'll be right back.
And you notice me looking down. I'm producing the show and
he's
trying to
producing
do
and
this.
co-hosting.
So I'm just not ignoring
co-hosting.
you.
So
What a pleasure to be here.
Steve's going to
Gosh.
bring up our Be the Switchpoint
All right.
video.
Here we go.
Enjoy.
So we started out explaining what stigma is, which is what?
Being labeled.
Being labeled. Who was the first one that called you a drug addict or a lowlife? How did that make you feel?
Just like put down, not really like everybody else.
I had lived on the streets for over 2 years, eating out of trash cans, living in cardboard boxes. There's two ways that these labels affect people. And I had convinced myself that I was worthless, that I would never amount to anything, that I was just a lowlife. I've been where you're at. I've had these labels put on me. I've put these labels on myself.
I was a good kid. I saw the kindness of my heart and service I was of. The leader I was when I played sports, the leader I was when I went scouts.
On the count of three, champions. 1,
And I'd lost that.
champion!
I'd lost belief in myself. I just fully believed that I was not worth anything. I was just a deadbeat.
Happiness or success or a home or anything was just, it was so far from me. I might as well have rode a 10-speed to the moon.
The narrative around homelessness, addiction, mental health kept me at a distance from myself. I really felt like I deserved to be where I was at. So this one will be used to coat the insides of our pans.
Without Switchpoint, I'd have never survived. It works. There's 5 people at my job that succeed now as a result of the foundation laid by Switchpoint.
I left Switchpoint not feeling ashamed of the situation we were in. We built it up as a family. We needed to do it for ourselves, but we wouldn't have done it by ourselves.
Switchpoint's vision is to find a way to create communities that everybody belongs in, that they feel that they're a part of. What are we doing as a community, as a society, to say, you were dealt the bad cards? How can we help you live somewhere safe, decent, and affordable?
Every one of us, when we look back on our lives, will recognize seemingly small but pivotal moments that set us on a new path, one that led to the life we lead today. A switch point. Gathered around every switch point, we find the people who made it possible, people who were there in that moment with us due to switch points of their own, a vast interconnected web of life. At the Switchpoint Community Resource Center, the residents of Southern Utah unite to empower individuals and families who are facing homelessness and other challenges to shift onto the track that will lead to their best life. Poverty and homelessness impact all of us. It affects the health and well-being of our community. While these may seem like daunting challenges, facilitating positive change in even one life will ripple out and better our world. This is your chance. This is your moment. Be the Switchpoint. Switchpoint Community Resource Center, changing the face of poverty.
All right.
Yeah, I hope as you watch that and you see the faces of the people that we have the honor to serve and to help. Switchpoint is based on empowerment, not entitlement. It's something that we're really proud of. And the people at Switchpoint, they're ready to do the hard work, and we acknowledge that it is hard work. But what we do that's so vital is our personal case management. Lock arms with them and help walk them to self-sufficiency. And that's one of the things that will be in, well, I don't want to say that because I'm just not going to put that out there. But we really need your help tonight. Please go to our website, switchpointcrc.org, or you can Venmo us at switchpointcrc. What are you laughing at?
No, I just love your passion for it. I thought we were moving back to Mexico a couple of years ago, and Linda says, I need to go talk to this lady.
This lady,
Some friends.
that
and
Carol.
She came home and said, sorry, Steve, I'm in love. And yeah, it's been so fun to watch her. Yeah, just the passion she has and working harder. And she's a hard worker, but I've never seen her put so much into anything and love it so much and love the people she's working with. It's really an honor to be able just to stand by it and to be part of this. So.
And for me, it really is an honor to ask you to help us, to ask you to partner with us and invest in us and invest in your community this way. It's easy for me to beg. And you know what? I'm so thrilled to bring up our next artist. he's probably one of the most renowned in
Definitely.
our town.
I was so excited when I got the email back or the text back from Eric, and he said, I love Switchpoint. I want to be part of that. And
Yeah, he's of course he's toured. He's got a number of albums. So I think Steve's getting his information up so you can follow him and support him as well. Of course, all the musicians are struggling right now, and yet.
And they're all contributing their time
Yes,
to this.
that's
even
what I was
though,
just gonna
I mean,
say.
Eric, you're doing Instacart.
That's true. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right now to go. I mean, these are hardworking people. They're not. You think of musicians, sometimes you think of us lazy ones. They just want to sit around and do that. No, these are to make it in this business where Eric's done takes a heck of a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
continued on. But
And seriously, when Steve said, Eric said yes, and it was like, yes, thank you so much. So they're donating their time, they're promoting, they're advocating for us to their fans, and I just can't thank you enough. And I hope you feel how grateful that I am, Eric. Eric,
Definitely.
not only is he an incredibly hard worker, but he's got a heart as big as all outdoors. And we'll quit talking so that they can hear you. So
right.
we're going to turn it over
and
to
you
you,
brought
Eric.
your whole band with you there.
Yeah, I got the whole band in a box back here. So
All right.
I'm hoping that there's a little bit of cutting out on my end, but I'm hoping my mic is coming through clear.
It's coming through beautifully. Yeah.
Good.
Great. So if there's any issues, just let me know. I'll just sing. You guys cut me off, whatever you think. So
All right, here you go,
Let's
Eric.
yeah,
go.
we'll make sure the mix is right here. I noticed that I'm kind of watching the chat here too. So I noticed that my friend Amy Lacey's in there, and she helped me with my music career quite a bit throughout this journey. And she wrote a song called "Why Not Today," which is so important. And
Wow.
so I'm glad she's here. I want to start off with that song tonight, and I hope this music, the message is great. I hope it comes through good for you. So let's just turn it up or down, or however we need to.
It's all yours.
All right, is that thumbs up? I hope you can hear it okay.
Yes.
I've been waiting for just the right moment to start living the life of my dreams. I was hoping some magical moment would come rescue me. But it hit me today, there's no better time to begin. This day I've been given is my day to start living, so I'm jumping in. Why not today while the sun is shining? Today while I know I can. The past is behind me, tomorrow can't find me till I live today. Why not today while my heart is ready? Today while it's in my grasp. If I start out slowly, I'm confident knowing I'm still on my way. Why not today? I've been searching in all the wrong places for the courage to follow my dreams, but I finally discovered the power lies inside of me. I could spend my life waiting for something to show me the way, but I would be missing the wonderful blessing of embracing today. Why not today while the sun is shining? Today while I know I can. The past is behind me, tomorrow can't find me till I live today. Why not today while my heart is ready? Today while it's in my grasp. If I start out slowly, I'm confident knowing I'm still on my way. Why not today? I'm ready I'm willing, I'm able, I'm learning to fly. But how will I know how high I can soar if I never try? Why not today? While the sun is shining today, while I know I can, past is behind me, tomorrow can't find me till I live today. Why not today, while my heart is ready, today, while it's in my grasp? If I start out slowly, confident knowing I'm still on my way. Why not today? Why not today? Why not today? Why not today? I hope that came through all right. Hope you guys are hearing me nice and clear out there. I'm trying to watch
It's great,
chat.
Eric.
Is it working okay?
It sounds
Really good.
gorgeous.
Good, thank you. I'm just we're just hanging out, being casual here. I don't even know which ones to sing. I didn't plan this out super well, but I will go on to. So many of you know John Houston. He's been in my band since 2006, and my brother Andy has been in my band since 2003. So that kind of dates how long I've been doing this. I did an event this morning. I actually sang at a place this morning, and we were talking about how much the music industry has changed, and how this that we're going through right now as artists and musicians is absolutely something new for us to navigate. And so I was really glad when you guys actually asked me to be part of this. Switchpoint is a wonderful resource in our community. They feed so many people, and we have used the dog boarding facility. I think it's called Bed and Biscuits. Is that right? I hope I'm right. Anyway, we've used them to board our pets, and that money goes to help support Switchpoint as well. They have so many programs going on and so much that they do. So it's a wonderful place to give to if you can. I know people are having hard times right now, but the Venmo's on the screen, and Linda and Steve are doing a wonderful job helping get the word out. So I'm going to move on to sing this song. And it is a cover song off of my CD that John and Andy helped me produce back in 2011, I believe. And they play it on some of our local radio stations here on Sundays around St. George. So you may have heard it. And it's one of my favorite cover songs. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright, blessed day, dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah. I think to myself, What a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. It really is. Even with all that we're going through, you know, we still have it. We still have such great things going on out there in our community. So, I guess right now is a good time to share one of my signature title songs since Amy is with us. When my grandfather passed away, he helped homestead the town of Tokerville, Utah. And when I'm out traveling the country, travel around, and I tell people about that, most people don't know where Tokerville is. So most of you here locally do. And that was where my great grandfather and grandfather homesteaded and worked at the winery out there. And when he passed away, I started to write a song, and I wrote a song for him. And after I met Amy, I asked her if we could get together and maybe smooth it out a little bit and get it radio ready. I was ready to share it with the world. It was such a personal song. And so many wonderful things happened because of that song. And it got played on Sirius Radio. It got played, it got written up in Country Weekly magazine. And a lot of great things happened. So I want to sing that for you now. There's also a YouTube video you can check out where we went and filmed up in a beautiful slot canyon, and we rode horses just a few years ago. So go to YouTube and look up The Last Real Cowboy by Eric Dodge, and I'll right now. I was only 3, sitting on his knee, hearing all those tales he'd tell about the good old days when he'd ride the range and blaze those rugged trails. He let me steer the tractor when he'd plow, raising cattle, and his family made him proud. He was the last real cowboy. He tamed the land with his own 2 hands like his granddaddy had done. He loved his wife and the simple life of working with his sons. He was up at dawn with his Stetson on. He didn't stop to rest till the sun went down. Built a legacy, the last of a dying breed. He was the last real cowboy. He was strong and brave, and he showed real faith and earned respect from all. He would plant his seeds, drop to his knees, and pray for rain to fall. When the cause was just, he always took a stand. He taught me work and how to be a man. He was the last real cowboy. He tamed the land with his own 2 hands like his granddaddy had done. He loved his wife and the simple life of working with his sons. He was up at dawn with his and on. He didn't stop to rest till the sun went down. He built a legacy, the last of a dying breed. He was the last real cowboy. I remember it well when I got the call that the cowboy's work was done. It was nearly night when I reached his side and watched that setting sun. He said his trail was waiting in the sky. So I tipped my hat and said my last goodbye to the last real cowboy. He tamed the land with his own 2 hands like his granddaddy had done. He loved his wife and the simple life of working with his sons. He was up at dawn with his Stetson on. He didn't stop to rest till the sun went down. Built a legacy, the best of a dime breed. He was the last real cowboy. Last real cowboy. I believe I have time for one more song. I think we started right. I think we started one song in.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, great.
Loving it.
Great. Thank you. I'm going to do one more song for y'all. But yeah, any of you that are watching right now, if you can help out Switchpoint at all, they've got the Venmo link there on the screen. You can reach out to them many ways. The website's on the screen. Linda and Steve are working real hard today. They've been working since this morning to make this happen. Later on in the show, we've got Mikalene coming up. We've got Josh Larsen coming up. I know you guys are going to be showing some more stuff. We've got Lisa Mack is going to close the show out tonight. So I hope you all stick around for that. And I just want to end tonight. I have a new CD out, and I got together with Jon, and this was a very weird venture for me. I've done 9 CDs, and this is something that I've never accomplished, never done. And I just picked the most random cover songs throughout my life that meant something to me. And this song is my favorite off the new album. If you're interested in it, reach out to me or go to my website, ericdodge.com or iTunes. It's called Changed for Good. And it's never been more appropriate than this time that we're all going through right now. The whole album is anthems from movies and Broadway shows and not country, even though I'm a country singer. And so this song I want to close with is a Barry Manilow tune that I saw Jody Messina sing. And I think it's so important, the message behind this. Thanks for letting me be part of this. And we're going to make it through the rain, everybody. We are going to make it. We dreamers have our ways of facing rainy days, and somehow we survive. We keep the feelings warm, protect them from the storm, until our time arrives. Then one day the sun appears, and we come shining through those lonely years. I made it through the rain. I kept my world protected. I made it through the rain. I kept my point of view. I made it through the rain. Found myself respected by the others who got rained on too, and made it through. When friends are hard to find and life seems so unkind, sometimes you feel afraid. Just aim beyond the clouds and rise above the crowds and start your own parade. 'Cause when I chase my fears away, that's when I knew that I could finally say, I made it through the rain. I kept my world protected. I made it through the rain. I kept my point of view. I made it through the rain. Found myself respected by the others who got rained onto and made it through. I made it through the rain. I kept my world protected. I made it through the rain. I kept my point of view. I made it through the rain. I found myself respected by the others who got rained onto and made it through, and made it through, and made it through. Thank you for having me.
Sitting here bawling.
Oh, you guys do such a wonderful job. Thanks for doing this for everybody. So amazing.
Well, thank you. These are tears of overwhelming gratitude for everybody today. And Eric, wow, way to bring it. And yeah, I'm an emotional person, but holy cow, I'm just so grateful. And I'm feeling the love from all of y'all out there. And thanks for bringing it and inviting it in such a powerful way, Eric. I just
Anytime. Thank you
so
guys for what you
grateful.
do. Yeah, thanks for having me. And I'll be hanging around with the rest of the show. So thank you guys.
All right. Hey, and there's a lot of, we've got a lot of watch parties going on. The only comments I can show here are the ones that are on the main page, but people are blowing it up. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
loving what they're hearing. So thanks again.
Thank you,
right.
you. So if you didn't grab a Kleenex during Eric's
Yeah, there's a
performance,
reason why I don't wear makeup. It's this next little video that
So
talk
then-
about someone making it through the rain.
yeah, the next family I want to share with you is the Gunn family, and watch closely, and we'll be back in a minute.
I was an EMT, and I came home one day to find my fiance dead. No one was in there with me when I found her. Nobody knows what I saw, and nobody would understand if I told them. Ever since that day, I was lost. I would build up somewhat of a life, you know? But then over the years, the monster seemed to get bigger claws and sharper teeth, and I would lose everything again. My life was out of control.
When Dustin came along, I did have 3 kids. I had a full-time job. You know, I was trying to be that provider and protector. This last time with Dustin going to jail, I put my kids through hell. That was a wake-up call.
I wasn't constant, I wasn't a consistent person in their life. It turns my stomach. I stole to support a habit. I'm not a bad person. I just made a lot of bad decisions. I had gotten arrested, and my wife wasn't able to maintain the bills. And so when I got out of jail, we went down to the shelter in Salt Lake. It was violent, drugs everywhere, all kinds of crazy stuff, and I have to explain to my kids. It's chaos.
I didn't know how to survive through that. I was terrified.
It was very, very scary. What made it not scary was being with my family.
Even though we've gone through everything we've been through, Dustin's my rock. And, you know, we couldn't lose each other again. I told him, I said, you've got to make changes. And that's what we did.
Well, we were staying with my parents. They're senior citizens on a fixed income. It was a temporary thing, you know. It was very tight quarters, and we were still trying to get places out here, and it was just ridiculous.
We were making money, but it wasn't still enough to be able to support a house payment, you know?
And so we contacted Switchpoint. They got us in the very same day.
I was terrified. I'm like, God, are we gonna go through the same thing all over again? You know, and it wasn't. It was something completely different.
They knew your name. You know, I walk in there at night, and they'd be like, hey, how's it going? And that means a lot, because they see a lot of people.
I felt like Switchpoint was a very safe place for me and the kids. They did everything they could to make them feel like they were gonna be okay. And that it's okay that we were at Switchpoint, you know, it's okay that our family's going through a hard time right now and they don't need anything to be ashamed of. No one expects to hit rock bottom. Having that resource, knowing that there is someone in the community to help you through that is everything.
I left Switchpoint not feeling ashamed of the situation we were in. They told us the direction we needed to go in. They gave us the means and the tools to do that. And there was rules we needed to follow. But they didn't do it for us. We had to do it for ourselves. They allowed us to earn that.
Yourself for that week, and you stick to that budget. So you put so much, say it's good.
Our case manager thought that we'd have been a good candidate for a housing grant. They put us in this place that we're in right now. They gave us a goal. This is how much the rent's gonna be, okay? This is what I want to work towards. And that helped us kind of like baby step into it.
I have my own space.
If I just got a place and said, okay, here, this is your rent, I'd have been like, whoa, dude, we can't do this.
My brother and dad helped me with them.
They spent a year of their time to feed us into the reality that we can do this. Switchpoint wrote a letter to the property management company, and we were accepted 24 hours later. Now we have a place of our own, and I think it's amazing. We have a life. We needed to do it for ourselves, but we wouldn't have done it by ourselves.
I love that family, and I will beg for them. I will beg you to do whatever you can to help Switchpoint Community Resource Center. Go to our website, switchpointcrc.org, and do what you can.
Yeah, that is the face of poverty.
Yeah.
That we think they're just, yeah, those are the families you get to see, and people, hardworking people that just had a rough time. And I feel bad bringing someone on after.
No, sorry, Josh.
After that,
but if anybody can handle it, it's Joshy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, if anyone can handle it, our next artist, Josh Larsen. Holy cow. I love this kid too. I call him a kid. He's a grown man.
I know. I remember when we first heard Josh, he was in a kind of a screamo band there going on. And then I heard him do his other stuff. And it's kind of like Eric. You go, great country, but can move. And when you've got a powerful voice and you're a hard worker and you've got a big heart, there's no end to where it can take you. So
yeah, Josh is another one of those musicians that is just putting himself out there all over the place and all over the except for, of course, not right now.
And Josh has worked with troubled youth. That's his occupation, so he really would know there. So
and I think Josh really gets our population, and he cares about us. He cares about our work. He cares about our population that we get to serve. And I'm going to say it again. I'm so grateful to all the musicians that are donating their time, their talent, and their love to help us raise some money tonight. So,
and again,
we'll quit talking and
there you go.
let's let
move
Josh.
on.
They're like going, would you shut up and let us hear him play? Okay.
So Josh, I'm turning it over to you.
It's all you, Josh.
No. No, thank you so much for having me be a part of this as well. And I think there are so many unseen needs in our community, and so many who struggle and suffer in so many ways. And you know, whether their challenge is homelessness or whether their challenge is the pain or the loss of a loved one. Each of us needs someone to walk with us and to show us the way sometimes, and just to show us that we're gonna make it, that we're okay, and that we're not alone. And certainly Switchpoint has proven that to so many. And so let's prove to Switchpoint that they're not alone in serving these wonderful families who need it. This song is one of my songs. It's an ode to that effort of reaching out and sharing a journey. It's called Walk With Me. Hindsight, restless as my conscious resolution can hold on for till the fever. Could this be the end? Won't you walk with me, my friends? Fear is the only thing to lose. Believe only, don't you siphon your light so easily. You are whole, you are holy, and despite the fear you come into your own. 1,000 lights roll around my mind, causing confusion. Hey, this is so my heart dispels all delusion. Could this really be the end? Won't you walk with me, my friends? The fear is the only thing to lose. So come, believe only, don't you siphon your light so easily. The fear you come into your own. Could this really be the end? Won't you walk with me, my friend? So come, believe only, don't you siphon your light so easily. You are holy, despite the fear you come into your We each have our journey, and part of that process is just being willing to wake up every day and give it another try. And meet those challenges that we uniquely face. Sometimes I feel the fear of uncertainty singing clear. When I help but ask myself how much I let the fear take the wheel and steer. Driven me before, and it seems to be the way. Well, everyone else gets around. Lately, I'm beginning to find that I should be the one behind the wheel. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there. So if I decide to leave, am I a chance to be with you? I choose water or wine, oh my own dry. Da da da, yeah. Shiver me before, seems to be the way that everyone else gets around. But lately I'm beginning to find the wind. I'm driving myself, my life is found. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there, yeah. Would you choose water over wine? Hold the wheel and drive. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. You know, I'll be. Did it, did it, did it, do. Oh, no, did it, ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Hopefully this is working out okay, bandwidth and all. Everyone in the world live streaming at the same time. This song has meant a lot to me as I've met with, quite a, couple hundred young people over the years as a therapist in treatment centers here in the local area, as they prepare to go home from this journey of self-exploration and finding themselves. And as we consider this important need in our community, defining home becomes pretty important to us, I think. There are, I'm sure, many of us who have four walls that we live within and a roof over us, who are far more homeless than some of these people that Switchpoint are serving. None less. What is home to you? What would it be like to go back? Have you been gone? Trying to hide the pain to the place where love and feeling good don't ever cost a thing. The pain you feel's a dip. So I'm going home to a place where I belong, where your love has always been enough for me. Not running from, I think you got me all wrong. Don't regret this life I chose for me. But these places and these faces are getting old, so I'm going home. I'm going home. The miles are getting longer, seems, the closer I get to you. Not always been the best man, a friend for you, but your love remains true, and I don't know why. You always seem to give me another try. So I'm going home to a place where I belong, where your love has always been enough for me. I'm not running from, no, I think you got me all wrong. I don't regret this life I chose for me. But these places and these faces are getting old. Yeah. Careful what you wish for, 'cause you just might get it all. You just might get it all. Then some you don't. Be careful what you wish for, 'cause you just might get it all. You just might get it all. Yeah. Oh, I'm going home to a place where I belong, where your love has always been enough for me. Yeah. Not running from, no, I think you got me all wrong. I don't regret this life I chose for me. Oh, but these places, these faces are getting old. So these places and these faces are getting old. So I'm going, I'm going home. I'm going home. Yeah, I could not ask for more. Yeah, I'm going home. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. Thanks so much for letting me be a part of this, folks.
Wow.
And sorry for any of the glitchiness
What a
and
beautiful
all,
song, too.
but truly, thank you.
Oh gosh, thank you, Josh. What a beautiful song, too.
Yeah,
So,
but-
like you say, so appropriate.
And anyone out there in Switchpoint land,
Can't hear you too good, sorry.
I'm just
Oh,
saying, anyone out there in in Switchpoint land that
difficulties
is
on my end.
looking for a therapist, yeah, here's a nice fit. Love you, Josh.
You know what? I'm excited. Thank you again, Josh, and I'm super excited for you to meet Sparkel now. I met Sparkel in 2018. She came into Switchpoint with her little Logan, and they've become our poster childs, literally. So you'll see Logan all over the place, and Sparkel. We are so lucky that she is now a certified peer support specialist, and she is working for us out at our newly opened Crossover Recovery Center. So what Switchpoint does brilliantly is they look at the gaps. What are the barriers that our clients face? What is keeping you stuck? What's keeping you in homelessness? And one of those things for people in southern Utah is access to treatment, to recovery treatment. And Crossover Recovery is geared toward people that are on Medicaid. So vitally important. And again, we're thrilled that we get to have Sparkel work with us. She's such a vital part of our team. And I want you to meet her and see her story.
I lost my insurance, I got divorced, and that really took me down in that downward spiral. And then after that, I just kind of took myself further. I started using substances. That didn't help with anything. It made myself hate myself even more. And I stayed there for a few years. And the scariest part was going into Switchpoint. Melanie, my case manager there, she was amazing though, but this is one thing that I remember her telling me is when I came there, that I was a scared little girl, and that was so true. I remember my daughter Trinity went with me, and she was kind of in tears to leave me there, and I was fighting back the tears because it was scary for me, but I knew I needed to do it. I knew that I needed to be that independent person that I knew I could be, and that I had avoided for so long while I was using substances and hating myself because I wasn't that person and that I knew I could be. But after, we got there in the evening, and I remember going outside with my son, just watching him go and start riding around on the scooter and just being so happy. I knew that was in me too. I had that happiness just like he did. And then everybody there at the Switchpoint was so amazing and encouraging, and they helped me remember how to structure, setting those goals, those weekly goals, all of that helped bring me back.
At that point in time, I thought Switchpoint was just a roof over her head, not something to give her structure and the stability that they have provided her, and they set her up to make goals and really to become a functioning person in the world again.
Also, thanks to that support, I was able to focus on my recovery and be successful in my recovery, and that's something I hadn't been able to do in the past. I had started off with my stepping stone job, I guess is what I called it. It was something that I didn't really want to do, but it was something that one of the goals I had set with my case managers at the Switchpoint. And from there, I just continued putting in jobs because I was a medical assistant before. So I had interviewed for a couple of places, and then I got the call back from Joe, the owner of North Star. We did a phone interview, and he hired me immediately after that phone interview. I was looking through Craigslist, and I found a place up here in New Harmony, and I love being out in the country. I've not been a city girl. I had enough up in Sandy. So we came up and looked at this place and fell in love with it. So we got to get in there, and it was awesome. I remember the night leaving the Switchpoint though was very hard. It was. I left a lot of good friends that I had made there, and I was worried about not having that support that I had from everybody there at the Switchpoint that was so amazing to keep boosting me up and letting me know how great I was doing. But I remember actually driving down this road, and it was dark, and just the overwhelming sound of the crickets and the peacefulness of it, and because it wasn't very peaceful at Switchpoint. But I learned how to become a great sleeper because I could sleep through it. So, but yeah, it was the first night at Logan, just Logan and I, and it was amazing just to come into our own house that we hadn't had for so long, and knowing that I had enough room for all of my kids, and we had this great yard to play in with my son.
I am just so happy to have my mom back and be able to be a grandma. She's been such a great grandma and such a great mom just within the last year that I've been so proud of her. It's been so nice to be proud of my mom and just see how far she's come. And I'm just really thankful for Switchpoint.
Is that not the most beautiful smile in the world? So we featured Sparkel at our last event, and her mom was at that event and came up to me and just absolutely in tears and said, "You know her name is Sparkle Joy." And I said, "I didn't know that." And she said, "I haven't seen the joy in her for 20 years. You've given me my daughter back." And it meant the world. And Wendy is one of our most valiant volunteers at Switchpoint. So we love Sparkle and her family, and we love how all of these stories that you're seeing, how courageous these people are to let us tell their stories. They understand how valuable it is for us to be able to show you who the people we serve are, and for you to put a face to it. So it's an honor to be here and ask you to support the work of Switchpoint, whatever you can do. And one of the things you can do is throw a watch party, start a watch party here, and you can do it after it's done and recorded. And
go back to morning sessions.
Oh gosh, and share those.
We'll be cutting some of those up to make little shorter things that you can share. And all the artists that performed were great, but the stories that were told there were phenomenal too.
Yeah. So we're gonna move right along, and oh my
Talk
gosh,
about
I've had so much fun.
One of the stars of
St. George, right?
Mikalene.
Sparkles, yeah.
Yeah, she's another. She's a perfect one to follow Sparkle.
I've got my Sparkle eyeshadow on. Look.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
We need to get up for you.
I love it. I love it so much.
Oh, Mikalene,
Hello.
what a treat to have you here with us.
Oh my gosh, what a treat to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming on, and we won't talk on and on because we want to hear you.
Yeah, and we're
So we're gonna just turn it over to you
Perfect.
and let you have some fun with us.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we're going to start out with a fun one for sure. So this is a staple that I do at all my shows because, nobody really yodels anymore these days. So why not bring some cheer? Wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. Wanna learn to rope and run. Wanna ride through the plains and the desert out west of the Great Divide. Wanna hear the coyotes sing as the sun sets in the west. Wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. That's the life I love the best. Yodelay. Wanna ride old paint, moving out a run. I wanna feel the wind in my face. 1,000 miles away from home, moving at a cowhand's pace. Wanna pillow my head beneath the open sky as the sun sets in the west. Wanna strum my guitar and yodelay. That's the life I love the best. Yodelay. Yeehaw! I got my sound man on over to the side who's adjusting things, so let me know if it's too loud or if music's too loud or too high. So it's a good thing he's with me. I've never done this before. So I'll teach you all how to yodel real fast. Knock knock. Who's there? Little old lady. Little old lady who? That's all you gotta do. Just say little old lady who over and over. You ready? Yodel little old lady who? Yeehaw! Oh my goodness. Oh, so fun. Yeah, I do that song pretty much every show because if I don't, somebody's always like, hey, you need to yodel, because I guess people just don't do that anymore. I am going to sing one of my favorite songs. This is actually my one of my grandma's favorite songs, and my mom's. She always requests this song. This is called Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and thank you so much to Steve and Linda for putting this on. They're incredible people. I'm such a big fan of these folks. They have done so much for our community, worked so hard for so many people, and so I'm just so honored to be here. The first part of the song is a cappella, so music isn't cutting out. It's just a cappella, and the music will come back in. So one of my favorites, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow that way. Why, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I have 2 albums, 3 in the a third in the works. I'm really bad at this talking thing. I usually just go from one song to the next. But you can find my music on iTunes. This next song's an original song, and it's about all the things that make me happy. One day I just sat down and I wrote a list, and it was funny when I was practicing this song today. It's like, hey, this is all stuff you can do social distancing while in quarantine. So it was kind of funny. All the stuff that makes me so happy is kind of stuff that just comes from nature and from love and family. So anyway, this is an original called Happiness Is. Ryan Tilby playing a mean banjo on this song. And I hope you guys like it. You can find everything on iTunes and my website, mikalene.com. White cotton dress, field full of daisies, blue denim blanket, warmed by the summer sun. It's the little things that make a life worth living. Stop and take a good look around. 'Cause happiness is an orange balloon tied around my wrist. Happiness is a blissful, perfect, sweet first kiss. Happiness is cotton candy on a carousel, rolling down a grassy hill, wishing on a shooting star, knowing someday you'll go far and living life with everything it's worth. That's what happiness is. Wow! Dandelion dust, blowing my wishes in the wind, the feel of your touch on my skin. I love these little things that make a life worth living. Stop and take a good look around. Happiness is watching the clouds roll on by. Happiness is catching lots of fireflies. Happiness is dancing in the pouring rain, driving down a country lane, singing to the radio, making angels in the snow and living life for everything it's worth. That's what happiness is. Oh, life goes by so fast. Slow down before it's past. 'Cause happiness is an orange balloon tied around my wrist. Happiness is a blissful, perfect, sweet first kiss. Happiness is cotton candy on a carousel, rolling down a grassy hill, wishing on a shooting star, knowing someday you'll go far, dancing in the pouring rain, driving down a country lane, singing to the radio, making angels in the snow and living life for everything it's worth. That's what happiness is. That's what happiness is. Yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna send this one out to Dustin, and this is my last song. So, thank you so much for having me. This is such a great cause. It's an amazing cause. I love to go and volunteer at the soup kitchen at the Episcopal I can't even say it, you guys. At the church, and it really warms my heart every time I go. But this song goes out to Dustin. This song is called Rise Up, and it goes out specifically to him. That video of him just touched my heart so much, and all you folks just out there making your lives the best that you can. Good for you for rising up. So, and rise up. Let's rise up as a community. You know, let's do it. Let's raise some money. On a merry-go-round, you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains. We can walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet, it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll bring the world to its feet and move mountains. Bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. That's right, y'all. But then we have each other, yes. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you. Thanks so much for having me, you guys. Rise up.
Sorry, I was chasing you around there.
Wow, I just want a holy swear word. And I don't know if all y'all needed a really good cry. You know, things have been hard, and tonight's been really cathartic and wonderful for me. I've been sitting here just crying, and it just such grateful tears. And wow, that song is so powerful. And you know, like you say, that's what our clients do. They rise up 1,000 times. They keep rising up. And so thank you for that song. And I will let Dustin know too.
Thank you.
That you sang that for him tonight.
Thank you. I will. Thank you.
Have such a great night.
Yeah.
Thank you. You too, you guys. Thanks
being
for all
a
you
part of
do.
this.
You sung your kids to sleep there.
Oh, they're not asleep.
Oh,
well, anxious
love
for
love your voice, love your heart, love the power in it, and
thank you.
Thanks for the good cry.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, I mean, still more tears to come. because we're gonna introduce you to Aaron Navarro. Gosh, just same thing. Such a strong heart, a beautiful heart. I love Aaron. He gives the best hugs, and Aaron gives back. You know, he comes back. I think it's once a month, and he serves dinner at the shelter with his little family. And that's just who he is. He's a giver, he's a give backer. And again, he gives the best hugs, and I can't wait for this thing to be over with because I need an Aaron hug. But here you go. Meet Aaron Navarro.
In life, you need to compete in order to keep yourself healthy. I mean, if we didn't want to win in life, what would we do? And so we started a softball team. They respect and love each other enough to get together and gave them a chance to do something outside of using, outside of drinking, outside of sitting home and doing nothing. You don't necessarily have to be an addict or an alcoholic to come play. You just have to be somebody who wants, change, I guess you'd say. It's not easy to go back to the past. I was raised LDS, and I went all the way through my teen years never drinking. When football ended, I really didn't have an outlet. I enjoyed showing up to a team and an effort. That was my thrill. And I was going to go in the service, but I had asthma and I wasn't allowed to join. And I didn't know how to deal with it. That summer, my friends that I played football with got their own place. And the night I moved in, I kind of knew better. They were drinking, they had a nitrous oxide tank, and I felt I had to be the life of the party. I guess I wanted that acceptance.
On the count of three, champions. 1, 2, 3, champions!
It was just a matter of time for the heavier drugs came out. I was homeless, living on the streets, around the summer of 2014. My mom had just died. And I actually walked up one night on the hill, and I was done. I was going to jump off and end my life. I just fully believed that I was not worth anything. I felt insufficient. I felt like I wasn't a dad. I felt like I wasn't doing my part. The cops pulled up and checked on me. I had a warrant, and I was arrested. Unfortunately, I was used to incarceration, but there was something different. I knew I'm either done or I'm dead. So I decided to make a change, and I was going to change everything about myself. When you get out, you have nothing. And if you can't get your basic core needs, then you can't even move forward in the day. It was the Swichpoint that saved me. They gave me a place to stay, they gave me food to eat, and they gave me transportation by a bus. And they gave me people who, when I didn't know what to do, they took the time to show me. And it wasn't easy. I'm not going to ever say that Switchpoint was the easiest thing I ever adapted into, but at the same time, Switchpoint gave me the structure I needed. So I could focus on getting the foundation for myself to create the independence I want to have so that I feel like I'm of self-worth. I feel like I'm doing my part, like I'm a human being again. And if you want that, if you want to change your life, they'll give you everything you need in order to start the steps forward back into society. When I started, I didn't have a birth certificate, I didn't have a driver's license, and I didn't have a social security card. They helped me figure that out in 10 minutes. Here's your answers. They got me clothes, so I go interview for jobs. The work success program gave me one of the sharpest resumes I ever had. But then I walked in to Carpets Plus, and that's when I met my boss, Joe Gibbons. Within 2 minutes, he hired me and changed my life. Because no one had to give me a chance, and Joe did.
All right, thank you.
Nobody goes down the road and sees someone walking by homeless and goes, oh yeah, I'm glad you're there. There's somewhere they're stuck at that they don't know the answer to. And if it takes one step in order to change someone's life, why not help them? And not why should you, why wouldn't you? Switchpoint works. I'm not alone. There's 5 people at my job that succeed now as a result of the foundation laid by Switchpoint. It's a game changer. And thanks to the community, we have that asset. But if we don't help, it won't be there in the future. I used to run off and avoid life, and now I don't. I love myself too much. I love my kids too much. And to the day I die, I'll always give it back to Switchpoint because they were the start. It was time to live. And I've been living ever since.
I dove in anticipation that you
Set's falling down behind us. It's the second time. We really wanted these beautiful orange. If you haven't figured out, orange is our orange and blue. Carol went to Utah, or not Utah, Oregon State, the Beavers, and everything at Switchpoint, orange doors, everything. I quite like it. Oh, wow. So, yeah, how about Aaron? Again, all of the people that we get to serve and become friends with, and yeah. All right.
Okay, I'm in a little pitch here. This is the special night for Virtual Open Mic Live. We started it 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I've just it's been really fun for me to get to know the artists in this town, and it's branching out around. If you know someone you think should be on here, send them to Virtual Open Mic.Live. Go like our page, and so you can get notified as we do that. Do Tuesday nights from 7 to 9 is where we try to keep it in. Many times we go over because we yap too much.
Such good music.
And we just have people, we don't want them to stop playing. So, Erin, and gosh, our next artist, I'm always thrilled to have her on. I kind of see Lisa as the soul of Southern Utah.
Yes.
She escapes to Vegas.
She performs a lot down there. Mm-hmm.
Down there. But Lisa, so good to have you again, dear.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And one of the hardest working artists I know. And had fortunate to know her for a number of years. She's been so generous at anything we've been involved with.
Ever asked her to do. Yeah, she has willingly donated her time and her incredible talent. So thank you so much, Lisa, for being with us. Lisa's going to close us out tonight.
Right, yeah. So
awesome, I'm excited.
I'm just going to turn it over to you, and we'll see you on the backside there, dear.
Thanks. It's cold in my room. It's cold in my bed. You've been gone all along at all, and I can still hear your voice in my head. 'Cause we've been burning like the sun all night long. But now the embers are frozen and you're stuck in my head like a song. Oh, the world it keeps on turning. The sun it doesn't go down, the fire starts burning. It's just 'cause the world is spinning around, yeah. Gone. It's the chill in my bones. You say one more time, you feeling less strong. You say it's been a while and you moved on, and I said I'm fine, but we all wrong. Wanna be the one that you trust, one you can lean on. Was the time that it was such, man. Those times they've been gone now. It's cold in my room. It's cold in my bed. You've been gone all along at all, and I can still hear your voice in my head. Yeah, the world it keeps on turning. The sun it doesn't go down, the fire starts burning. It's just 'cause the world is spinning around, yeah. That was a song that was the first song I ever wrote for the guitar. And this one's much more recent. It's called That's What You Want. You know what? Let's play something that's a little bit more upbeat. This was called Changing. Used to flip my notebook shut when someone walked on by. Terrified to see what I'd write, scared to see my insides. But now my insides are around, my outsides are in. I feel like less my life can begin. It's too much to say, when you're wandering there. It's all happening. Don't give me promises. Just give me your time. Give me your love. You sure as hell am mine. And don't promise me forever. 'Cause forever isn't true. No, no. Everything's changing. I like the way I'm changing with you. My body's racing, but this time it's not the nicotine. It's 'cause I'm seeing you in another fit. You got me thinking about a better way of doing things. I'm getting on my feet. Say, don't give me promises. Just give me your time. Give me your love. You sure as hell am mine. And don't promise me forever. 'Cause forever isn't true. No, everything's changing. I like the way I'm changing with you. So yes, I got one more song. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you should go follow me at Lisa Mac LV. And if y'all have any tips, direct them to Switchpoint tonight, and make sure that you go donate to them so they can help people that are very much in need right now. And this one is called Easy. Take it slow, take it easy on me. It's been a long road and it's been rocky. I don't know what you think is easy about loving me, but I want it all. So we'll just roll on and see, but just take it slow. As well you know, my world is been rocky. Ain't got no, ain't never got no money. Yeah, I don't know what you think is easy about loving me, but I want it all. So we just roll on and see, but just take it slow. Just take it easy. easy on me. Just take it easy on me. Ain't nothing easy about me. Oh, just take it slow. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please go listen to my album Picnic on Spotify, and you can hear those songs with the whole band, and it sounds awesome. So go check it out. Picnic by Lisa McFarlane. Thanks, y'all.
All right, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys. You're awesome. Putting on all the good causes, and I hope you make a ton of money. Everybody go donate to Switchpoint right now.
We agree. Thanks so much, Lisa. We'll see you again.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Well,
okay.
What a day.
What a long ass day. Oh gosh. I mean, just even emotionally. But yeah, I wanna thank you, babe, for taking the months to learn this platform and help get the musicians out and seen and heard, and also all you're doing for Switchpoint. It's
they kind of got a two for one deal.
They definitely. I told Carol, you got a twofer with us, and she goes, "Yeah, I know."
You get an old guy that hangs it at home, looking for something
put
to
him
do.
put him to work. No, Steve is a fierce advocate, supporter for Switchpoint, and all that we do, and we're constantly putting him to work. Him and Bob Hollowell.
Yeah, Bob. Talk about someone today.
Oh gosh, poor Bob. We're always saying poor Bob, but it's kind of the thing when the closer you get to it, the more you see it, the more you fall in love with it, and the people there, and there's a reason that we're so passionate. And
if you ever get a chance, go take a tour when they open back up.
Thanks for saying that.
When we leave the house again.
Yeah.
Do tours.
Traditionally, I'm doing a breakfast tour and a lunch tour on the third Tuesday of the month, so you can choose your time. But I'm constantly doing tours at other times if those don't work for you. But I
thought I knew what Switchpoint was, but I had no idea. They were
got
around
on
for 4
campus
years, and before I went over and looked and went, whoa.
Yeah.
Understood what you fell in love with there.
Yeah, yeah. So, just one last plug. Please go to the website or Venmo. Our noon session. Go back and watch that. It's kind of, if I do say so myself, Carol and I,
kind of got it together. We had some issues in the
morning.
I think because we went to bed in the morning and woke up in the morning early to get started with that.
Anyway, that's just the nature of the game. But so go watch our noon one. We're pretty proud of that. But it's up
the
to
artist
almost...
the artist in the morning.
Well, that's true.
Too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Skip Carol and I in the morning and go to the artist, and then but what? Anyway, we're rambling. Exhaustedly rambling. But where was I going with that? I don't know.
No idea.
What I wanted to say was this: that we're to almost 2,000 views on that noon show, and think about it. If 2,000 people just threw down $10, that would be life-saving to us right now. Yeah. So if you'll continue to share this, start watch parties. You can do a watch party, of course, from the recording, and encourage. Let's get
tomorrow. We'll upload just the presentation, the 17th. Well, it actually worked out to
about 20
minutes
with the Q&A.
With the presentation, it'll help you see that.
Cool.
It's something to share. It has Mayor Pike singing in that, and then our former Senator Steve Urquhart doing a number, and his wife behind dancing.
Oh, it was so great.
Sarah
Urquhart. Senator Urquhart sang "Stand by Me," "Stand by You."
So gosh.
Okay.
Let's just see. Dave Stevens, Jake Parkinson, Sam Latouille, Christopher Hudson came in, young man. Caitlin Seavey, Art Cowles, Amanda Berry, Charlie Kesner, Christian Bohun Steichel, how do you say that?
Yeah, I mean,
Christian,
just
sorry.
every one of these.
Marji Mosart, Eric Dodge, Josh Larsen, Mikalene Ipson, and Lisa Mack. Thank you.
Thank you.
What a dream for me to be able to be part of this with those type of artists. So.
And I mean, do you just have to give it to this this shirt?
Okay.
All right, we're going to
All
let
right.
you go. Good night,
Love y'all.
everybody. Thank you.